Hi there, this is Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming on to share my Stamparatus video number 11. There's only 1 week left. I'll show you all these again at the end, but these are the cards that I've made every month. Every week. It hasn't been a month. It's been every week. So today what I'm going to show you is called a water reflection technique. So if I do, oh sorry, I did not mean to bump the camera. So this needs to be like this. Okay, so we're going to do this card, and I'm going to show you how to do the water reflection. Where is my, here it is. In order to do that, we need to use a silicone mat, and I was using it on wax seals, so it's kind of bumpy. I don't want it to be bumpy. So I think that part right there is good. Is that right? I think it goes like that. And I am using the waterfront stamp set. So we're going to use these trees. That's what we're going to do the reverse with. So in order to do this reverse, get all my ink pads out. I am going to add a piece of white cardstock that is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. Ouch, I just poked myself with a pokey tool. So I'm going to determine where I want this guy to be. I want him over here. As straight as possible. Then I'm going to pick it up, take out my cardstock. I'm using Mossy Meadow ink. My Mossy Meadow ink pad has problems. I'm ordering a new one. There's something very wrong with it. It's got, I don't know what happened, it's got some divots in the middle, and I re-inked it, but just because it's messed up in the middle, I'm having a hard time stamping with it. And I did discover yesterday that if I don't get this stuff off of there, it ends up on my card. So, get that off. Get this onto the silicone mat. Take my piece of cardstock, and I'm lining it up with the very edge of the silicone mat. That's how I know where I want to put it. Put that there. And then stamp again. This is very similar to the mirror image technique. We're actually doing a mirror image, but this is in a water reflection instead of a side-by-side. This card was a mirror image card. So there's our mirror image. And then I'm going to clean. And to clean it, I take it off because it comes off, and it's easier to do that way. Clean it all. Put it back on. Now I'm lining this up against this line here. And I'm going to take this stamp and turn it right side up. And I'm going to line up the bottoms of the trees with each other. Hopefully it's straight. And hopefully the stamp is the... So I'm going to pick that up. Line this up again. Ink this up again. And this time I'm not going to be so careful with this bottom because it won't touch that. So there's my mirror image. That's all I'm going to use the Stamparatus for on this card just because of time. Where is my... This is my piece of paper that I'm going to use. So now I'm going to finish stamping this. I'm going to use Pool Party ink and stamp. My stamps are all stuck together over here. The thing with the photopolymer stamps is when they're on blocks they stick together. So I'm going to use Pool Party ink and I'm going to line this up this way. And then I'm going to stamp it again. A second generation stamp. And then I'm going to do this. So there's my Pool Party. And then I'm going to use Sahara sand to do some land. This is the edge of the water. I want the Sahara sand to be land. So I'm going to take this right here. And I'm going to use gray granite with mountains. See this? Hopefully my head's not going to get in your way. That, and then a second generation of that. I'm using Summer Sun to stamp the sun. Right there. And the last stamp I'm going to do, go. Oh, here it is. This is Friend, and it's in this stamp set. Be helpful if I do it right side up. And I'm going to put that here, right above my trees. And then I'm going to take my blending brush. Stampin' Up! Now has these blending brushes. And I'm going to add some blue all around the edges. For sky and just to tie all the edges and everything together. I don't really like that line that I did there, so I'm going to add some extra. That part. I'm going to adhere this. I don't know what, I just knocked something over. Sorry for the noise. Put this on here. And I'm going to use this tape that you keep hearing clanking around. So I have a long piece of this that I'm going to tape on the back. And then I'm going to wrap this around. And tape it on the back again. This is all because I'm really not good at tying when I have wrapped something and have two ends that I need to tie together. So I have this short little piece that I'm going to stick in here, and I'm going to tie it off right here. So that is that. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this piece. And really all of the stamping could have been done with the Stamparatus, but it would have taken, the video would have been a lot longer, because I had to move the trees and I had to keep moving the white piece. So for me it was easier just to do the water reflection with the Stamparatus and to do the rest on blocks. But if you only have the Stamparatus and don't have blocks, you could do it all that way. So here's my card. This designer paper is called In Good Taste, the wood grain designer paper. I've used Mossy Meadow ink and white cardstock. Mossy Meadow cardstock and white cardstock. I did the inside. I have a smudge in there, which is annoying. This is my envelope. Wonder if I can get the smudge out with this. Oh, I'm going to get ink on my envelope too. No, it's too big of a smudge. This is not working. So when I use this card, I'll just have to make sure I stamp right, or that my writing covers that. So this is my project number 11. These are the rest of them. This was last week. This was a few weeks ago. I don't remember the order anymore. This was the second week. So there's only one more video left next week, number 12. And I'm going to be giving away a Stamparatus and the Many Messages stamp set that is all of these sentiments, and that die cuts them also. In order to win, you need to like and comment on all 12 videos. The end of next week, I'm going to go randomly pick a video number, and then you need to also be a subscriber, and then I'm going to do the random comment picker. But before I say that person has won, I'm going to verify that they're a subscriber and that they've commented on all 12 videos. So that will be happening at the end of next week, the 5th or 6th of March, somewhere in there. So this was Stamparatus video number 11. And the technique was water reflection. This was multi-step stamping. This was, what was this? This was omitting part of a background stamp, these two cards. This was stamping on die cut and die cutting. No, these are punches. Using the Stamparatus with your punches. This was the spotlight technique. This was thumping and spritzing. Mirror image. Step it down. Shadow stamping. Stamping on pre-cut, already cut die cuts. This one was with the ice cream. It was for punching. Stamping on punched images. And this one was using the Many Messages stamp and die set. We stamped and die cut 19 sentiments all at once. So these are the projects we have so far. There's one more left. I saved the most fun technique for the last one, so you won't want to miss it. So please come back next week. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.